interesting part. Our youngest, Mr. Ramesh Bhatt, is going to moderate a panel discussion. To join him on stage, Mr. J.P. Singh, Mr. Pankaj Kumar Singh, 2 lions, and
Prashant Joshi.
Mr. Prashant Joshi from Motilal Oswal.
We welcome all of you, sir. Can we have a round of applause for all of them?
Hello. Hello, friends. Hope you enjoyed Dhananjay's session. After Mr. Dhananjay Bhatia, it is very hard. But he made everybody awake. Nobody slept, right? So I assure that I'll also not make you sleep. Let us start. See, first, sir, thanks for being part of this panel, and especially on transformation from here to the next level. On transformation, friends, I will ask you one thing. We are all proud, as Mr. Sunil said today morning, what did Mr. Sunil said? We are proud that we are 60 lakh crore, we have crossed over, blah, 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 all these things. But do you know one thing? He asked the same thing. We should get this money in liquid fund and other things. We are having 63 lakhs as of RBI data, Form 4B. You can check it out even now. Google it. 63 lakh crore is sleeping in savings bank account in India today. We say that 60 lakh crore in mutual fund. We want to bring that money, because I'm going to ask something to the panelist on that. That's why I've started with this. How to bring that. And transformation, equity pusher. We are mutual fund distributor, B30. I'm not giving you the different 3 days back. If you just Google it and see, South is very conservative. North is entirely on equity. But as far as South is concerned, we see people sell 85, B30 cities sell 85% equities and 15% debt, non-equity product. So, first of all, we should bring more equity, instead of equity, the debt also. T30 cities, the track record says it is 53 and 47, T30 cities, sale of equity and debt. And we, again, also, we talk about the transformation from here to the level. See, how many people are still using, irrespective of COVID, thanks to COVID, it has converted many people to online. How many people I see still many people are using the forms? I'm sad to say this. Many people are still using the forms. You need to transform. And still, equity only. SIP, as Dhananjay sir told exactly, only SIP, not going for STP or SWP. My AUM will go down. These are all old phone. I see a lot of youngsters are moved to the latest but technology, but still I see a lot of people, they have their old phones yet. They should transform from this level to the next level. With this all background and AI and other things are all in. What, I will start with you, sir, JP sir, leveraging technology part. How this AI is going to help the distributors in the days to come, with especially on industry body. As an industry body, how you are going, as an asset management company, how you are going to help the distributors to overcome this AI threat. It is threat also one way, it is good also on the other way.
So, let me tell you, this is a very difficult topic he has chosen. Because when he told me, first of all, I had to transform myself. Right? And who would normally go to the market to feel whatever, the vegetable or to the fruits she has to buy, she has to have a physical look and touch of it. Now she is buying it on Big Basket or on Amazon or something, because things are standardized. It is AI. Right? So all of you who have smartphones, and if you're using your fingers biometrics, right, to enter, this is AI. I have recently bought a car. So the car is on ADAS system, which is like before my wife would tell me, stop, why are you going so near? She was always crib, right? Now the car is telling me, you are going too near to the next car. And it doesn't tell me, it will brake itself. You know, it gives a shock brake. So to tell you simply, AI is here in front of you. You are using it. Nothing new. The only thing is, what this conference is doing, what Ramesh sir is putting, to put it to see into mutual fund side, right? In the business that you're doing. And partly I can tell you, when you do a KYC, online KYC, right? The AI is there already. I know it's a very touchy topic for everyone. Right now, I should not be touching on KYC, right? But it is already there. So, in the wildest dreams, would Zerodha have thought 4 years back that from 10 lakh accounts, there would be more than 1 crore, 20 lakh, 30 lakh accounts, right? So kind of the investors we have got, 15 crore investors, not unique maybe, demat accounts, 5 crore touching investors. So has it happened without digitization and without AI? The only thing is, it is, in the end, what I will say, you don't have to bother too much. Let this conference, in case there is any mind block in your mind, let this conference be the starting point to adopt AI. Because you have to just adopt the technology behind what runs. You don't have to learn. You don't have to be a coder for that. You don't have to be software, right, engineer. And let me tell you, if you're a software engineer coder, what I can assure you, you'll be playing for USA in cricket team. Right? And in the end, there's a company called NVIDIA. The total market cap of that company is $3.3 or $3.4 trillion. Right? We have become the 4th largest market cap country of the world. Right? We just went above Hong Kong. We are $5 trillion. One company which is on AI, the AI is a buzzword, a trending word. Right? Today morning when I opened the television, Adobe CEO was there, again an Indian, talking about AI. So whether you like it or not, AI is here to stay. Right? Somebody may call it machine learning, you may call it, somebody may just call it technology. If you don't adopt, somebody is going to adopt it. So to begin, open our minds, let's be receptive to it, because ultimately, nobody is going to wait for your adoption. If this is a good thing, if Uber is good for you, right, and many other things that you're using good for you, this will be good for investors and for the industry growth. Automatically, it is up to you to adopt, not for investors to adopt. In the end, it should not be that investors adopt, and as a distribution community, we are left behind. It should not be that. And on that front, the last question that you put, I think industry started working on it, because I am already seeing there are many interviews on YouTube. Many AMCs have taken the initiative where they are talking about AI, right? There are training sessions being held. So if you are getting invitations for that, do not say, look, this is not for me. This is the day 1, day 0 for you. Anything you are receiving, any invitations, adopt that, at least start a view on that.
Thank you, sir. And Prashant, sir, with you on client perspective also, because that's distributor perspective what we have. Would like to hear from you more on clients insight, market analysis and forecasting. That's very important as of now. Through AI, how we can do that.
So, sir, carrying on from his point. Hello? Yeah. So, see, some of what we are talking may seem outlandish, out of sight, not important enough, but I would like to carry on from what JP sir said. Day 0. One thing we forget, the pace of change because of technology, it comes up very fast. We have seen that happening over the last 10, 15 years. And with more tech, which is, is strategically involved in making that pace of change. It brews up behind the scenes for months, but when it comes up, it becomes a trend, and it becomes trend so fast, it becomes difficult for people who are not aligned to adjust to it. So day 0, it should be. And why at all you should do it? There is a business, ongoing business, which is running. Everyone is doing it in their own way. But think ahead strategically. Either you pass on your business to the next generation, or you do organization, you do M&A, join together, or you do outright sale. In all these cases, if your business is future ready, aligned to the times which are coming, you will get a multiple which will not normally get in your regular way of doing things. So on that perspective also. Now, how client profiling is happening? See, when we think of AI, we think of hard data, hard numbers, some algorithms working behind the scenes. Yes, those algorithms are working, but they are not just working on the hard data. There is enough soft data on the internet today. People posting their experiences, photos, videos, views, what not. And with AI, it can all be interconnected and a profiling can be done. What kind of person really? No amount of risk profiling or typical Q&A we do with a client can ever come close to what that AI profiling can do. It's very difficult to do it individually, but you are already in association. It can be taken up at association levels. In any case, Dhananjay was mentioning, pay attention to your 20% clients. As your business grows, those 20% client will also grow, and the 80%, how will you manage? How will you manage? Either you don't believe in the prospects in the line you have chosen, which I genuinely think is wrong. Otherwise, you have to. You have to. Now, in case of client profiling, how you to start with it. It's very good to say big terms, but it just takes a small step. Get online. Follow your clients. Connect with your clients. Be it whatever platform. Connect and follow with prospective clients. At least you will know what they are thinking. What are their likes? What are their not likes? What is happening in their lives? That kind of profiling, they will be corporate. Now, something which is already happening. You have to just see beyond what is already happening. So there are these, digital avatars, digital friends, caught up as a rage in India and West, and for different communities. So in case of India and West, it is youngsters population. In case of Japan, it is the aging population, which is, because of lack of somebody to spend time with, they are engaging with them. What I'm trying to, it is right now only fun and games. Will it take time for somebody to think of avatars as advisors? Will it take time? Somebody who is available digitally because they are spending 3, 4, 5, 6 hours every day on the net. Somebody who pops up where they go. Can also do small talk. Which will happen. We have to just see beyond what is on our side. So it can be used. First step is to get online, connect with your clients, connect with your prospects, start following what they are doing. As an associate, put together some software to analyze it. You will connect with the clients at the right time, in the right state of mind. You will also know what their real personality is to pitch appropriately. What is their real risk appetite is also to pitch appropriately. That's all from my side.
Sir, Pankaj sir, you are from Tata. Tata is famous for the software and other things, all to be your group company. I would like to hear from you that, see, many have come out with online platforms, helping the distributors on many ways, on technology part and other things. So from Tata Mutual Fund end, what is for distributor you are planning in the days to come with artificial intelligence as a support?
Before that, hello? Hello. Before that, I'll just split this artificial intelligence into two parts. Artificial intelligence in India has been there for many years. It is there for existing for last at least 20-25 years. Till now, what we have been using is largely machine learning, right? Where we look at largely statistical data and make analysis out of it. So today, example, when you go and compare two funds, you are looking at multiple data which coming out of the portal, right? You are looking at standard deviation, you are looking at alpha generation. So all those things which analysis was done in other field, for example, if you look at non-mutual fund, for example, if I look at social media side, AI has been used. In fact, sir was using that today. If you travel from one location to another location using Uber, you're using AI, right? Today, if anybody is in Instagram, right? Instagram follows your pattern, what you are doing, right? And it starts, and it comes out with a logic that this particular person likes this particular stuff, right? And based on that, starts promoting certain products. So those are called curation of information, and they're curating the information there, right? Now what we are talking is moving from machine learning to LLM, where we say that large language modeling, or we also say that generative AI, that means we are talking about machine is learning what a human being learns, right? Machine is trying to replicate human being thinking, and that is going to be future. For the fact that today 60+% of India is between millennials and Generation Z. And if we are not going to learn that, we'll be left behind, right? Because that is a segment which will talk about this, right? They will not get into physical mode anyways, right? But however, in India, this LLM thing is still new, and globally it is a still new thing. A lot of developments are happening after ChatGPT coming into generative AI. There are a lot of modules are getting developed where a lot of training for those modules have to happen. As of now, what we can do, and in fact, that's how the systems are trying that, we'll pick up one of those modules and try to train them as per our requirement. However, the training will take time because ultimately you have to make that module customized and make it intelligent to give the data which is important, right? Today, example, it is easiest thing to do today is put a chatbot and say this is what I need and some information will come. However, to build little more complex, for example, today if you come to our portal and assuming that we are developing it, I mean we develop in future, I'm saying. Once we are developing and you want more and more data, if it has to do interpretation and analysis of it, that particular software has to be trained, right? So we are already on it, our Pragati portal, we are already working on it. However, it is at a very, very initial stage. And for the country, it's at initial stage. However, again, I can tell you that importance of AI is as such that anyone who ignores it will be left behind.
Sir, even on that part of data, we were sound. I think I have to keep closer. Sir, even on the part of the data, what you were talking, I started with the savings bank account 63 lakh crore which is lying there. As JP sir said, initially when you want to go from one place to another, it is automatically picking, do you want to go this place? Like that, whatever the client bank balance, that is now there is one Anumati is there with RBI permission, they have come out, blah, blah, blah. With those things, why not we as an industry body, all joined together, will do one where the solid, boss, your so much money is lying in a savings bank account. That can be brought into, if you invest in a liquid fund, you can make, all can be made with your continuation to your this thing.
Sir, I'm sure you'll also appreciate that today banking lobby also has a lot of challenge for the fact that large money has moved to mutual fund industry. In fact, if you look at last year when the debt taxation came, the whole thought was that less money will come to debt side and bankers will start getting money. Unfortunately, that money moved from debt, but it did not come in debt, but the fresh money started coming into arbitrage, and this year we are talking, there will be taxation on arbitrage once again. So taking permission from RBI, and it's a fundamental issue also, I can tell you that, today think from this perspective, if this money starts moving from bank account to liquid account, then bank will not have money to lend.
No, RBI has already given permission on that. There is an Anumati. There is
I understand, sir, but I'm saying, today I'm saying if you have to run the entire ecosystem of the country, you have to balance everybody. Today, I'm saying, while I don't want to get into market gyan, but look at this way, banking sector is available at throwaway price. The only reason today banking channel has less of deposit growth or more of credit growth. That means banks have less, they are getting less money than what they have to lend. If that money also comes to liquid fund, again they have to raise through a CD or CP, right? So that challenge is definitely there for sure. However, money will continue to come in debt side, arbitrage side, liquid side, for the fact that awareness of mutual fund has increased big time. And today mutual fund is no more a sold product, it is also people started buying mutual funds, right?
Sir, on the second round, JP sir, I come to you here. Now on the tools, AI tools, there are a lot of, as you said, one of the tools, there are a lot of tools like that. For mutual fund advisor, your views on robo-advisors.
Yeah. So what I'll talk something, but I'll take my friends, because they are the product persons, they are the more experts than us. So let me just, from where Pankaj just said, let me add something. it's not that AI is not being used already. Huh? Back end AI is being used for you. For example, the SIPs you see, right? The reminders that your client get or for you, they're all on that, some platform. And you know, I think Pankaj and Prashant, they referred to Dhananjay. So can you imagine, I think Dhananjay's session was an excellent session. Right? He talked about practicalities of doing business. Whatever he's talked about and what Pankaj is talking about, you know, that can be converted into AI model, which is, it can be customized. So now there are two kinds of things that we can do. One is what Pankaj talked about. There are many things which are available, and still let me tell you, these are, you can call it the initial days, but still we are late. Both sides are, like we can say. So there are things available which can say, look, you are 50 years old investor, how much should they have equity or how much they should in debt? You can say, look, as per risk profiling, what products you should suggest. All this is possible on AI. And when Prashant talked about, you know, managing large scale of your customers, remember where you are today. When Ramesh sir talked about 57 lakh crore, so my question is, are we as an industry prepared for 200 lakh crore in the next, within a decade? Right? My guess is 10 years. This is how growth happens. From $4 trillion going to $8 trillion, that is how growth happens. So are we prepared for that scale? And for that scale, we'll have to utilize many things which generally we colloquially call technology, but we'll have to use AI. So when Dhananjay said twice a year, do a casual call, right? That is fine. But twice a year, you have to do social call, festival call, portfolio review. How will you know, 5-10 investors you can handle, but when you have 100-200 investors, how will you invest? And now we are going to thousands of investors. That is where. So what India is going to produce is invest, same, Dhananjay's point, same investor is going to be richer, and there are more investors, more people who are going to be richer. Because when Ramesh sir and Sunil Samrismaniam was talking about 60-70 lakh crore in savings account, right, which is basically saying that will look like 100 lakh crore. So the opportunity is galore. The AI can help you both. Simple AI, right, which is okay if you are 50 years old, 50% equity should go, but you can customize it. And a lot of these things customized, but risk profiling, customization, you know, it can be segmentation. And he talked about, you know, if you have a, say you can segment yourself as for female investors, you can segment yourself for newborn child, right? Who will remind you after 20 years? Are you going to keep a chit pad, Excel sheets? Many of them will be redundant, right? So the good thing is, at least where I'm happy, at least somebody talking about it today. And maybe this is a beginning, but some of you might be already using it back end, right? So when Pankaj is talking about it, I was also thinking machine learning, AI, do I have to understand that? No, you have to just adopt it. The way you adopted Uber, the way you adopted, you know, maps or GPS, all those we adopted, you have to just adopt it, right? What I'll do, your questions, if left, I think I'll request Prashant to just talk on that, the question you put, because at the back end, the product, he will be right person to talk about it.
Not only that, not only on robo, sir.
Yes.
On now, if you see many websites when we go on chatbot or even this virtual assistant, it says hi when you come. Type I've seen in some website of mutual fund distributor.
All our websites have it. All our websites.
Mutual, in that, please type your PAN number. Yes. Once you type a PAN number, it says, hi Ramesh Bhatt, how are you? How do you do today? I've seen that your investments are doing good. You have already got 18% return in your CAGR. How this is all, they are able to do that, and within a spot of time, the client is asking, how can I help you? We type, I would like to have a capital gains report. It has already hit your email box. Can you please check? Such things are happening in the back end. How these distributors can get transformed to that?
See, again, either you respond to the threat in the threat's own language, or you choose a different path. Sometimes it is not, advisable to attack the threat in its own language. So if there are chatbots available, first of all, these are low-end tech. It's a low-end tech. It's like it's basis of prompts. You keep prompting and narrow down the choices, and that's how it works. There will be AI in that as well over a period of time, and that's how the digital friends will happen. But how you can respond, again, first you have to go online. Forget building your own chat box and stuff like that. Start with going online. Sometimes you will be able to connect with a client. He has a question, he has read some other platform. Then you can use that as opportunity to call him. I saw you posting about it. Here is my view. Yes, advice karna chahiye. It's an opportunity to engage with distributors. So it may not be necessary that you start your own chat box and all that. In any case, it doesn't hold attention beyond a point. The information which it gives out is already available if you are smart enough or not dependent on a chat box. So need not necessary to start your own chat box, but yeah, again, going back to the same point, engage with their customers, prospects, where they are. Follow them, connect with them, see what they are doing. You can have an opportunity to connect with them at forums, at platform, at arenas where in the digital sense where you can't even imagine. So again, answer is not chat box. Answer again, go back to go online, go digital, connect
With the clients.
Yes, prospects also.
So you say that's a surprise because you say that even the chatbot is old basic.
It is.
So actually, to put it simply, these are tools that you have to use, and they will not take over you. Huh? They are supposed to assist you. They are enablers. They will never be threat to you.
Just wanted to add on that. He said the chat box is. I can tell you today, artificial intelligence, what it can do is, let's assume some CEO or CFO presenting his company balance sheet. Today, right now, when we are sitting, we'll take the data and we'll make analysis. Artificial intelligence will not do that. It will take data, it'll take your body language. It will start analyzing if your eyes are moving this side, that side, what it means. And believe me, it will give a buy or sell call depending on your body language and what numbers you are speaking. Okay? Just think if I'm a fund manager, it takes my data for last 15 years, that how I have been managing my portfolios in different market situations. It can replicate me over the period of time. It will think the way I have been thinking. Right. So I can only tell you that just think today if you have to do any advertisement, right? Someone has to get a model, get dressing done, get a videographer, artificial intelligence without your permission can create a human being photo, which does not even exist, make a beautiful model out of it and put on your page for which you have to spend 2-3 lakhs, right? It will do at a zero cost. So things are changing. In our business, what we have to look at is rather than looking at past data, as of now, those data are available on machine learning. Industry will move to predictive analysis. I can tell you, this is 3 years back, we used to have a discussion that and this is how the robot advisories are looking at, if they have large client base, number of people, they will do predictive analysis saying that XYZ number of investors of yours will stop with the SIP in this particular month. So they are saying in month of July, these are the investors who will stop the SIP. You can connect with them and please get connected and try to stop the SIP.
Sir, again I'll come with you here. On your fund house, Tata Mutual Fund, how you are implementing, that is on your portfolio, how it is reflecting in your funds. I don't want fund specific, this equity scheme specific. What you are implementing on this, how it is reflected in your portfolio, because that is going to, people say that consumption is going to rule next 10 years, EV is going to be a part, EV is going to, like that, in your portfolio, what is the transmission in a recent past happened?
So sir, there are two, again, I'll just say that right now in India, it is at a very initial stage. Hence, you'll have very limited number of companies on which you can make a direct impact right now, saying, okay, these companies will have XYZ impact because, however, AI will make impact on every sector, right? Today, there is some of the world veterans, they are making the statement saying that any further growth of GDP in the world, India will have 16% contribution to that. When we are saying that the world is going to grow at 3.5% from this year, 16% of that in India is going to get the 0.5% of it, right? So from 3.8% share right now, we'll move to 4.3, then we'll start moving to 5. In that way, I can tell you every segment, let that be consumption, let that be manufacturing, BFSI, right? Fintech will be one of the big game changer which will happen. When we are talking about AI, the first statement came that all the IT guys will lose job. Let me tell you, IT will be one of the largest beneficiary out of it, for the fact that today global leaders are shifting their programmers. India has got 50 lakh plus programmers, but only less than 5 lakhs AI and data scientists. Out of 5 lakhs, 2 months back, Google and Microsoft, they have made a statement that this year 1 lakh each, they will train as a AI programmers. So from 5 lakhs base, you make to, two companies, are making to 7 lakhs. So there will be a huge shift which will happen across the industry. So at this point of time, I'm saying from a sector perspective, we believe that maybe first beneficiary might be on the IT side, but everybody will get benefited. And I think the best way to capture that is to look at some of the funds which have got flexibility to move from one segment to another segment, if they have any view on that. So I think our business cycle fund, right, which has got that capacity that it can move from one sector to another sector, depending on the capability, understanding of the fund manager. For example, last year we were bullish on power, we were bullish on defense. We have started cutting our exposure. Now we are looking at banking. We are looking at consumer. We are adding a little bit of pharma, right? So when AI makes disruption, which sector is going to have change at what different point of time, I think funds like Business Cycle Fund will be able to utilize that and give a disruptive return out of it.
JP sir, from your Mahindra and Mahindra, we see that a lot of transformation happening in your multi-cap and large and mid-cap. We would like to hear more on that.
Sure. So what I'll do, I think there are two parts. One Pankaj talked about, and the question that you put. So Ramesh sir, it goes like this. Just to bifurcate still, look, AI, all this transformation that is happening is an enabler. So there are many companies, the old traditional companies, which are going to utilize these tools for business enhancement, right? But a portfolio management can utilize this or may not, because when we are constructing portfolios, we look at future growth vis-a-vis the valuation we are paying for, right? So maybe some stock is looking extraordinarily good because it is using some new technology, but the P&L, the profit and loss, the balance sheet may not be good. So we may not buy, but that doesn't mean that the transformation will not happen. Transformation will happen, but it may not come into a portfolio. Because when we are buying, it is all about, can we make money for the next 12 to 18 months on the stock to start with, and the review goes on, right? But in terms of, in carrying forward that on multi-cap, large mid-cap, small cap, this is what happened 15 months back. And this is partly where Pankaj stopped. I'll take it forward. 15 months back, this is like 12 to 15 months back. All the fund managers who had the courage to look at transformation happening in the Indian economy, to say, he talked about energy, I'll put auto ancillaries out here, I'll put PSU banks out here, I'll bring in capital goods, infrastructure, those industrial goods companies. All of them were going through transformation where growth was happening, was expected to happen, but at a reasonable valuation, right? And that is where we talked about multi-cap and all those companies. Multi-cap, our portfolio, large, small cap, they paid off, right? And I believe it is very difficult beating some of these indexes, but we could manage to do that. Now, at the same time, I just want to take your question further, not about our portfolios, but about India. So AI, automation, machine, all these things are being used by Indian corporates. The good news is this, that while we are talking about $4 trillion economy going to $8 trillion in the next 6 or 7, 8 years, every manufacturing, this is business cycle I talked about, I am bringing in manufacturing also, and because there's an emphasis from government on manufacturing. Manufacturing is about 17% contribution to GDP. Government wants to take it to 25. Right? So when I'm $8 trillion, will I be 2 trillion? From 600 billion today. But every manufacturing activity happening and is being set up, right? It is the current state of art. World built the power plants 30, 40 years back. India is enhancing today. We are 350 gigawatts. Maybe we are going to 600 in the next few years. We are bringing in alternate energy, we are bringing in solar, we are bringing, and maybe we have to also use this for the timing coal. Right? So what India is going through, when you are going through a macro growth, you can do both, bring traditional as well as new technology. The good news is every manufacturing which is getting set up is in the current state of art. And you know what is the challenge? The challenge is, I'm putting this across to everyone, investors, fund managers, us, everyone. The challenge is you cannot use the past lens to judge the future, because the future is actually going to be many times different than the past. If I thought this is how bicycle is made or a scooter is made, can you imagine, can you tell me how the battery-driven two-wheelers are being made? And they are not being made by maybe the traditional people. Right? And if India, and where my confidence is, if India can let 108 satellites go together in the space, right, we can send rockets, and the confidence few years back was we can't do anything. We are weak. And suddenly 3 years, world is looking at us. There are technologies like titanium technologies, which is so difficult to understand, but the opportunity is so high. I was reading about a company. I'll not go into it because the stock will come out. Right? The thing is, India is becoming one of the largest players in future, going to be in many industries, largest from nowhere. Right? Bangalore hub, Tamil Nadu, this is all industrial hub. Right? So we have something called electronic manufacturing services, which is basically our thought processes. एक basic washing machine बनानी है, you're making mixies and televisions, but they are no more basic. They are all smart appliances. Everything smart. And for that, you need all the AI, you need all the machine learnings. Yes, they need to utilize in many ways. So what I can assure you is, we are already doing that, and the opportunities that you will see. It may so happen that maybe a factory is there only making like Haldiram or somebody chips. But even they might be using some technology. Technology may be back-end, how consumption patterns are. They talked about Instagram, how are you eating, how many, and so on, right? Maybe other things. So and you have to be open to that. The change, it happens, the changes happen. And I think we are in a huge transformation stage, as you question you put in, right? And sometimes it is possible I may not pick up NVIDIA, but I may pick up a supply chain company of NVIDIA, to say, just taking an example out of NVIDIA. Right? So there are many companies already in our portfolio. So I look at TATA portfolio, I look at Motilal portfolio also, where we can make out that the AI, all these things are being utilized. And
Prashant sir, the reflection of AI and technology which is coming in the latest in Motilal Oswal portfolios.
Say in terms of portfolio management, AI and the transformation aspect of it is only a fraction part of it. If you're running a technology fund, it will be a predominant criteria. But yet in terms of portfolio management, you have to see transformation in a broader perspective. What we did, we tried to see, we being growth players, we tried to see where the growth will happen in our assessment. And we identified 6 or 7 themes where we saw transformation happening. This was about 15, 18 months back when we put out 6 or 7 themes, which we were bullish on. Now, one of them being, retail lenders. We at that time, about 15 odd months back, stated our, preference for high growth retail lenders instead of highest quality names in the market, which big banks and stuff like that. So we upfront stated that we will focus on high growth retail oriented lenders. It could be banks, it could be NBFCs. Second was luxury consumption. Any country which goes through a phase of $2,500 per capita GDP to $4,500 per capita GDP. Historically, US, Japan, right now Korea, before China, it has been seen that is the best period in that country's time. 2 things happen big time, which is luxury consumption. So at every stage, the person tries to give an upmark to his life. They go up market. If there's a bike guy, the guy goes for a car, vehicle guy goes for a Jeep or SUV, stuff like that. Branded clothes. At every level it happens. Been seen globally, and we are right in the middle, or just started entering into that phase. We are about 2,700 per capita GDP right now. So the lower band is 2,500. So you can make your assessment. Second thing, another paradoxical thing happens. Despite luxury consumption increasing, borrowing also increases. So we, again, that's why the retail lending focus was there. Then manufacturing, of course, we didn't launch a manufacturing fund, but it is a focus part of it. 35% portfolio goes towards that. Capital goods, defense, pipes, wires, cable, tube companies, those things. Another important was new age technology. At those times, it used to be a taboo to invest in new age technology companies, having fallen from the peak. But we spotted a trend. Those managements came out and said that we will focus on bottom line instead of platform creation. And we invested big time in new age tech companies. These were 6-7 themes we spotted about 15 odd months back. A month back, we added one more theme into this particular basket of preferred themes was telecom, buying Vodafone, Bharti, Indus and stuff like that. Sorry, I should not take stock names, but sorry, there are only 3, so there is no confusion. So these 6-7 themes, we had, had a fun time in the market. It was a value market. Everyone says it was a value market, but in a value market, despite not being part of the predominant rally in defense and PSU banks, selectively here and there, but we have outperformed in a value market. We have delivered growth in a value market, and we believe now that the market reset is over, it will be a growth market. Those companies who do not perform, do not deliver on growth, will be penalized. And those companies who do deliver, they will sustain their valuations and better their multiples. And that's the success, secret ingredient of success. Plus, one thing which our MD and CEO ensured, we were since inception were high conviction players. There used to be a time when we launched our mid-cap fund 9 years back. We said the name was mid-cap 30 fund. We never wanted to invest more than 30 stocks in a mid-cap fund. So was flexi-cap 35. Of course, the names are gone. But he said, this is your competence. So now we are the most high conviction players in the market. No portfolio is allowed to do more than 35 stocks. Not a single portfolio. Even our small cap fund, which we did in December, is 35 stock portfolio. So that is another thing. Besides high quality, high growth players, we are high conviction players as well.
Thank you, sir. I take one takeaway from you is that $2,500 per capita. 1981, Malaysia crossed 2,500 per capita, and the way it grown to 5,000 per capita. Yeah, same way 2004, Thailand, it crossed 2,500, and within 2011 it crossed. Within next 5-6 years it crossed 5,000. Same, it may happen to India also. If you see the growth during that period, as he rightly mentioned, the AUM, the asset under management. See, when your per capita income is 2,500 and it goes to 5,000, either two things you have to do. Apart, the basic need is taken care, and the balance amount, what they do, either they have to spend. If they spend it, economy will grow. If they save it, AUM will grow. 7 times, 6 times to 7 times the AUM has grown up. So anyhow, thank you for being here. You have given lot of guidance and given the importance of AI in their business, and they need to transform from this level to the next level. I don't know when, how we are going to do that, but we will do it. Thank you again.